For decades, the Austro-Hungarian Empire had been a powerful influence in the heart of Europe. Resting on a legacy, their house kept stability, order, and peace. But not everyone bowed to this power. In the summer of 1914, the Archduke Franz Ferdinand of the Empire is visiting Sarajevo, unaware of the assassins awaiting him and what will come. Two shots are fired, and the Archduke is dead. The Empire cannot let this go unpunished, and the first declaration of war is made.
From a shot that would change the world, tensions rise and our walls unfurled. Nothing like what had come before. It's the war that will end our war. From a shot that would change the world, tensions rise and our walls unfurled. Nothing like what had come before. It's the war that will end our war.
And shockwaves spread from the Balkans across the globe. Alliances are put to the test, threats exchanged, and armies are put on high alert. In the east, the Russian Tsar is trying to calm the situation with his cousin, the Kaiser of Germany. But it is all in vain. The situation is out of control. War is unavoidable.
From a shot that would change the world, tensions rise and our walls unfurled. Nothing like what had come before. It's the war that will end our war. From a shot that would change the world, tensions rise and our walls unfurled. Nothing like what had come before. It's the war that will end our war.
The Battle of the Frontiers starts in August as soldiers cross borders and bullets are fired in rage. War begins.
But there's a standstill in the time to mourn. A glimpse of the future and blitzkrieg is born. Strike at 0 hour with overwhelming firepower. They're fueled by the fear in their enemy's eyes. It's a shock troop infiltration, a first violent escalation. Out of the trenches the stormtroopers rise. Strike at 0 hour with overwhelming firepower. They're fueled by the fear in their enemy's eyes. It's a shock troop infiltration, a first violent escalation. Out of the trenches the stormtroopers rise.
In the North Sea lies Jutland, the stage for the biggest naval battle of the war. In the mist and covered by darkness, two mighty fleets are approaching. They are led by a new class of battleship, one that fears nothing. The Dreadnought.
A shadow moves across the water in pursuit. It splits the waves, commands the sea, and defies the wind. Instilling fear among its prey, feels not for itself. Ahead the sea lies calm away to the storm. Displace the water in its path. Reveal the cannons, unline the guns, unleash the wrath. On the false under crimson skies, immortalized over time, the legend will rise, and their foes can't believe their eyes, believe their sights as they fall, and the dreadnoughts dread nothing at all. And all big guns to serve the fleet. Unrivaled firepower riding the waves to war. A devastating blow and send their foes down below. Fearless armada now bombarding the shore. Light up the night when cannons roar. In fear of nothing, they lead the Navy to war. On the false under crimson skies, immortalized over time, their legend will rise, and their foes can't believe their eyes, believe their sights as they fall, and the dreadnoughts dread nothing at all. The North Sea has drawn the near. The fleets of the high seas approach. A contest of tide has commenced.
They say that the pen is mightier than the sword. I know which I would choose. Those were the words of Adrien Carton de Villard before joining the war. After the war, his words became legendary.
Into the fire through trenches and mud, so Belgium and Ireland with war in his blood, leading the charge into hostile barrage. By design, he was made for the front line. Studied law with a thirst for war, fought in Africa once and more. Back in Europe, then straight to France, he's joining the Allied advance. Through the Somme and the Devil's Wood, all the battles that he withstood. Born a soldier and tried the war, he always kept coming for more. Never die, shot through the eye, never surrender however they try. How they try, shot through the eye, he'll never die. At the edge of madness, in a time of sadness, an immortal soldier finds his home. Thrown under fire, of attention wire, no fear of death is unshakable. In the battles when he was shot, kept on fighting and never stopped. In Arras-Cambrai, Passchendaele, ignoring his wounds, he prevailed. Save the day, he'll never stray, facing the foes that are coming his way. Come his way, he'll never stray, saving the day. At the edge of madness, in a time of sadness, an immortal soldier finds his home. Thrown under fire, of attention wire, fought for the war, he is unbreakable. At the edge of madness, he will show no sadness, never broken, he'll be back for more. Thrown under fire, of attention wire, no fear of death is unshakable.
A world war has many battlefields, but none were as hostile as the Alpine front. High up, men would haul artillery, dig caves, and constantly climb higher for a better position. Among all the dangers in this top of the world, few were as dangerous as the weather itself. Avalanches were constant. December the 13th, 1916, became known as the White Friday, when thousands of men were buried under the snow. Some of those men are still up there, 100 years later, frozen in ice and snow.
I won't be coming home, I won't be going anywhere. I will guard this post forever. Here on the Alpine slope, where I did my final stand, I shall remain among the ice and snow that binds me to this mountain. A force of nature too strong, sent from above, where spirits lead the way, the winds will never fade. White Friday, I'll take the stairway to heaven. I'm sky high when I die, I'll be immortal forever. I won't return to Blood Mountain. I am the soldier of heaven. I saw the end of war, I watched the soldiers come and go, and I kept my watch forever. So many brave men fell in the battles that were raging down below. I have seen it all, but none will hear my story. All of these years I have been frozen in time. I cried for spring to come, but here winter remain. White Friday, I'll take the stairway to heaven. I'm sky high when I die, I'll be immortal forever. I won't return to Blood Mountain. I am the soldier of heaven. I always dreamed that I would soar high above, where spirits lead the way, the winds will never fade. White Friday, I'll take the stairway to heaven. I'm sky high when I die, I'll be immortal forever. I won't return to Blood Mountain. I am the soldier of heaven. White Friday, I'll take the stairway to heaven. I'm sky high when I die, I'll be immortal forever. I won't return to Blood Mountain. I am the soldier of heaven.
Not welcome to fight along with others, the 369th Regiment from New York had to prove themselves over and over again. During the war, no other unit would see so fierce fighting, and none would fight so fierce. If hell had a time and place, it would be the trenches of the Great War. And if hell had soldiers,
From a land across the ocean to the western front where they served, fought with courage and devotion, because hands is earned. As the spring offenses kept churning, where the men would earn their name. See the tides of battle turning, and the force ignite the flame.
They'll never take our land. Release the water. Release the flood.
We're keeping the kingdom free. As our Archduke falls and the battle horn calls, our lives would never be the same. We were looking down the barrel of our gun. Now the war has come and the battle's begun. We are desperate to know the run. To the war drum we'll be marching till it's done. Lead the way, we will follow into the fray. We will hold the line, we will not be led astray. For king and for country, we are flooding the river. Our standard lesser will be the end of the race to the sea. The last piece of Belgium's free. We're keeping a sliver, a cog in the war machine. October of 1914. As our foe draws forth, we are moving on north. We will never let them have it all. There's a price for freedom paid by Belgium's sons. They may take our towns, they may conquer our grounds. We'll defend the nation and the crown. We'll uphold our independence with our guns. All the way, on to triumph for the judgment day. We will follow and we will not be led astray. For king and for country, we are flooding the river. Our standard lesser will be the end of the race to the sea. The last piece of Belgium's free. We're keeping a sliver, a cog in the war machine. October of 1914. See a king and a soldier fighting shoulder to shoulder. See a king and a soldier fighting shoulder to shoulder. He overruled his commanders. He made a last stand defenders. We see a king and a soldier, they're fighting shoulder to shoulder to keep the last piece of Belgium free. All the way, on to triumph for the judgment day. We will follow and we will not be led astray. For king and for country, we are flooding the river. Our standard lesser will be the end of the race to the sea. The last piece of Belgium's free. We're keeping a sliver, a cog in the war machine. October of 1914. For king and for country, we are flooding the river. Our standard lesser will be the end of the race to the sea. We're free. For king and for country, we are flooding the river. No more of our country lost. The land will be held at all cost.
When a young woman from Belgrade took her brother's identity to join the army, she did not only save her brother, but also started a legendary journey. Brave as few, she became the most decorated female soldier of the war. But humble as her heart, she silently slipped into the dark when the war was over. Many years later, at a ceremony, she finally emerged alongside her fellow veterans. Much to the surprise of the mainly male veterans, she had more medals than most of them.
Who shall be remembered in the ancient house of war? On the medals of the stories in the alley of the great. Celebrated hero who has wandered through the dark. She stood before you on that metal shining bright. Lost in time, returning to the light. our brother's fate. Took a bullet to earn her freedom and a place among the stars. And she served the Iron Squadron, served the toughest of them all. No fear of dying, for the front line she was born. Sacrifice, she took her brother's place. War to war, a place where she belonged. So brother, raise your hand for the lady of the dark. Soldier with no will to kill, with a philanthropic heart. Break the norm, she's the girl in uniform. Fighting side by side with men, she will fight until the end.
It was said that if the Balkan front fell, the war would be over. The Bulgarian troops knew this very well, and when the enemy showed up in impressive numbers at their doorstep, there was no falling back. There was no surrender. The impressive defense forged the legend of the Valley of Death.
Trench lines that won't give in, prepared, let the battle begin. Here again, they've done this before, a lesson that they should have learned by now. Reinforced with new men and guns, who are ready for death when it comes. United they're strong, united they're holding the line. The Valley of Death, awaiting the British as they come their way. Their attack is coming, fight them back. Bulgarians holding the line, facing wave after wave, will never surrender. Again, 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 again. They attack, Bulgaria held them back. Unleash their counter barrage. Let it rain, artillery pound in the trenches. No surrender, fight them till the end. Fortified and made to defy, protected by wires and guns. Troops as far as the eye can see, they advance on the Rossum's command. Row on row, as they come from below. Twice they attack, twice they're beaten back. Every time they try, they will die. The line on the fence still intact. For white, green and red, for the nation they're fighting for. The British are done, 3 times their defense of Doiran has been won. Their attack is coming, fight them back. Bulgarians holding the line, facing wave after wave, will never surrender. Again, 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 again. They attack, Bulgaria held them back. Unleash their counter barrage. Let it rain, artillery pound in the trenches. No surrender, fight them till the end. the British are done. 3 times their defense of Doiran has been won. Their attack is coming, fight them back. Bulgarians holding the line, facing wave after wave, will never surrender. Again, 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 again. They attack Bulgaria, have them back. Unleash their counter barrage. Let it rain, artillery pound in the trenches. No surrender, fight them till the end. Fight until the end.
On Christmas Eve, soldiers from all sides laid down their arms and embraced their enemies like friends. For a moment, there was no war.
Silence. Oh, I remember the silence on a cold winter day. After many months on the battlefield, and we were used to the violence, then all the cannons went silent, and the snow fell. Voices sang to me from no man's land. We are all friends. And today we're all brothers, tonight we're all friends. A moment of peace in a war that never ends. Today we're all brothers, we drink and unite. Now Christmas has arrived and the snow turns the ground white. Hear carols from the trenches, we sing a holy night. Our guns lay to rest on
war had been raging and ravaging for 4 years, leaving millions of casualties from all sides. In the trenches of the front lines, people have asked the question, what is the price of peace? How many more must die? Exactly 5 years after the assassination of Franz Ferdinand, Germany is forced to sign an unconditional surrender. For the signing of this historical document, the French city of Versailles is chosen.
Sign a treaty to change the world. Tensions fall and a peace unfurled. Nothing like what had come before. It's a deal, it's a treaty that will end the war. Sign a treaty to change the world. Tensions fall and a peace unfurled. Nothing like what had come before. It's a deal, it's a treaty that will end the war.
A fragile but hopeful peace falls upon the European continent. America returns to their shores, Russia tend to their own matters, and the British Empire disbands their colonial forces. Parades are being held in victorious countries. The war that would end all wars is over. But not everyone agrees. In the underground, something is growing in the dark. Because for some, the war never ended. War will never entirely die. It will evolve, it will change, and war will return. Sooner than we think.